What's going on in the world is also a terrifying time to have a child. Well, Kermit Frog, I will riff off of that a little bit. I shared that same fear with my father, and I think I said this in the stream earlier this week. My father said, "Kelly, people were having babies during the Black Plague and they somehow made it through." There are always dark times, and any of us who are familiar with or interested in history know that history repeats itself. History is cyclical. Human beings are so complex. There are always going to be issues and problems and stories of old that are just will give you whiplash if you listen to them through and through because of how horrifying things are. And I think because we're living through the time now and we're present with it, it really does seem absolutely terrifying and horrifying. And it is, if especially if you're watching the news and you're paying attention to everything that's going on. Yeah, it looks like an awful world and the world is burning. But I take my baby out for a walk in the stroller every day. I see nature, I see birds chirping, people smiling and saying hello. As long as I have that peace and I can give her access to that, and I don't watch the news in my household, I keep my household news free. I don't subscribe to anything negative mentally. I just refuse to bargain with negativity because it's a losing game. Negativity and fear is always going to win out. So I just don't pay attention to that. And I also believe that like this world and humanity needs good people and people that are positive to bring that positivity into the world and to have children if they feel like they can do a good job. And I feel confident that I'm sure I'm going to mess my kid up in one way or another, but I really feel like I'm going to give her the best possible shot at being a fulfilled, joyful person in whatever way that she can. I'm going to support her in being herself and whatever that means. And I think a lot of parents, where they might go wrong is that they're fear-based and they think they need to control everything or almost like be over responsible for their child or steer their children in different directions. And I just, being a teacher for as long as I have, I think I just notice the more you give children the ability to be themselves and tune into who they really are and what they want, what they love, that's when they really enjoy life and they become beneficial parts of society rather than the parts of society that make it hard. So yes, it's a terrifying time to have children, but I think when wasn't? There have been plagues, there have been famine, there have been wars nonstop. There's still genocide happening in the world. There's always going to be war. There's always going to be darkness. Empires rise and then they fall, and economies crash and they come back up. That's just life. That's just part of being a human. We're not a simple algorithm of a species. We are very chaotic, and at times that's just what it is. So if that's what it means to bring a child into this world, if it's both terrifying and beautiful, which it is, then I'll take it. I'm up for the challenge.